Welcome to the class of 1959 of Willshire High School, Willshire, Ohio, for our 55th class reunion. Now, because I am a hostess today, I just don't have time to do this. But so I have called up on my little brother, and he is going to step in and do this for me. And he's going to do it well. Hi, little brother.
Hi, big sis.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And here you go. Yeah, and have fun. It's all about
What the?
there. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm working here with Walt Maken, world famous cinematographer. Walt, how are we doing today? Here we are at the great Willshire gathering of the Bearcats of 59. Let's talk to a few people. Let's see what we got going here. It's a beautiful day here in Fort Wayne. Got a beautiful backdrop for this. Let's see what kind we can have fun with. Walt, we're going to talk to a world-class lawyer here from the class of 59, Dave Byer. Follow me if you would, please. I'm going to interrupt this here to talk with a world-class lawyer from the class of 59 here. We're being recorded here at the Bearcat Red Carpet Evening. Dave, how you doing?
Very good, Rex.
Haven't seen you for a couple years. How's life?
I haven't seen you since last night.
Well, that was a different story.
But we agreed that what was said in the bistro was going to stay in the bistro.
You still have all those dollar bills in your pocket?
Actually, you guys cleaned me out. But some words of advice to my Bearcat friends. Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat.
Hooray for the Bearcats. Thank you, Dave, from the Willshire Red Carpet Evening.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Let's see if we can't talk to your wife, Nancy, here. Nancy?
Yes, hello.
What's it like being married to a Bearcat?
It is really a wild ride. I've never seen people so interested in their high school friends before. This
Pretty
is
amazing.
It's amazing.
We stuck this together for 55 years.
I can't believe it. So I decided to come this year just in case anything exciting happened.
Well, welcome to the Bearcat Reunion.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Let's talk to Judy Lautzenheiser, class of 59. Judy, welcome to the Red Carpet Afternoon.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Great. What's been happening in your life since we last saw you at 50th reunion?
Oh gosh, still working, running around a lot, enjoying my grandkids.
Grandkids are a delight, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, yes.
They keep you broke and keep you active.
That's right. We have 25, 4 grades,
Excellent.
a lot of graduations.
And where's your husband?
He's right back here. See him back here?
He's hiding back there. Got any words of wisdom for the class of 59?
Oh, long live. That's all. That's for sure.
Live long and prosper, right?
Right.
It's good to see you. We'll get together a little bit later.
Yes, okay.
Enjoy your brunch.
Thank you.
I'm standing here talking to Vincent Nieto, world-class dental entrepreneur from Phoenix, Arizona. Chose to join us here today, Walt. I'm going to ask Vince if he's got a few words of wisdom for the class of 59.
I sure do. I'm glad I could be here with all you guys. I almost didn't make it, but I always look forward to seeing you guys. Enjoyed everybody, and hey, life has been good to us.
Life is very good.
Yeah, can't beat that.
How's all the family doing?
Everybody's doing super, yeah.
You enjoying this little brunch opportunity here today?
By all means. By all means. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll take your advice. Live long and prosper, right?
We hope so.
Yeah, okay.
We hope so.
Heard you had a little medical thing going on here this year, past year.
13 wasn't a very good ending for me, nor the beginning of 14, but fortunately I'm still here.
Well, from the class of 59, we're glad you're still with us, my friend.
So am I. So am I.
We've been doing this for 55 years.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you again.
That's right.
All right. Walt, I'm standing here with one of the world-class teachers of the Willshire Public School System, Mr. Jack Renner.
Well, you are
Jack was instrumental in many of us learning how to read music and enjoy music. Some of us went on to rock and roll, some of us went on to classical piano, and some of us never did much with the knowledge that Jack gave us, but we're glad that Jack's here with us today. A few words of wisdom for the class of 59,
Well,
Jack.
I had no idea that I had that much influence over you folks. I mean, I was just cracking the whip. I didn't know what I was doing, but it all turned out pretty well, didn't it?
It all turned out pretty well.
Right, and I'm delighted to be back, and I have to be told who everybody is, of course. But
Well, so do many of us.
yeah, right. I'm sure. But
What are you doing these days?
Well, I'm officially retired. I sold my business and retired 9 years ago. I had what was regarded as a world-class recording company and label, and but I'm still teaching part-time at a music conservatory in Cleveland, teaching my profession, which is recording engineering. Actually, I got my start at Willshire.
Many of us did.
I built a sound system there, and I started making little amateur recordings, and
Excellent.
just kept that up. And I spent a lot of time in photography as well, which is my serious hobby.
Great.
So, been having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Maybe you and I will have a conversation about photography a little bit later.
Okay.
World-class cinematographer right here taking
I can
records
see
of all
that.
this.
I can see that. He's got the gear.
Well, here on the Bearcat carpet here, I want to thank you for guiding us through our musical talent at Willshire Public.
Well, it was my pleasure.
Jackie,
It
it's
really
a
was.
pleasure to have you with
I'm
us
sorry
today.
the building is gone, but I did see it a couple of years before it got pulled down.
We all missed the building.
Yeah.
They're going to redo the bell tower.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
They
Good.
formed a committee to redo the bell tower. So
Wonderful.
Bearcat symbol may rise once again,
Okay.
like the phoenix in the ashes.
There you go.
All right, Jack. Thank you so
Good to
much.
know. Thanks, Rex.
I want to do a conversation here with the president of the Alumni Association, Jim Myers. Jim, welcome Bearcat Carpet Afternoon. Welcome. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
About you?
We're doing well. What's with the Alumni Association? Tell me how you got to be president again.
Again? Well, I think one Mr. Painter decided he'd like to live in Florida, and he left the area.
I kind of stuck Jim with the job. How is it being the alumni president this year?
Easy.
Easy.
Easy. Marlene takes care of everything.
The class of '59 has never been easy.
Right. Nope.
Yeah. What's going on in your personal life? You still working?
Still working part-time.
Tell you, this man just never wants to retire, Walt. He just never wants to give it up. When are you going to retire, Jim?
Oh, yeah, when my wife does. Yeah, she's working part-time. I'm working part-time.
Part-time? Yeah. Good deal. Well, enjoy your afternoon here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for being here at the Bearcat Red Carpet.
Thank you.
I want to talk to a honorary member of the class of '59. This is Phil Lautzenheiser. He was a year ahead of us, but he married Judy Kuhn from the class of '59. Phil, what's it like being married to 59?
Oh, it's great. Can't beat it.
Phil and I ran around when we were just young pups in the town of Willshire.
Sure
we
did.
had some great times. We're missing the third guy, Eddie Osbald.
Eddie.
But we got you here today.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing real good.
How's your health?
It's good right now.
Yeah, 'cause
Knock
you had,
on wood.
You had some bad turns here a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah,
here.
I've had that with my heart and stuff. And I got a defibrillator in now, and so far everything's working just fine.
Well, it must be working fine. Judy's still looking pretty happy.
Let's hope.
Phil, thanks for being with us at the
All
Red
right,
Carpet
Rex.
Bearcats.
You betcha.
I'm going to catch two of our better Starler members of the class of '59, Dave Duff and Bill Clouse. I'm going to catch both these gentlemen at the same time. Let me get between you two here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. First, I'm going to ask Dave a couple of questions. Dave, what are you doing here today?
I'm visiting all these people that seem just about my age.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it, how it looks that way?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen so much gray hair in your life?
No,
In one
not
spot? Yeah, look at it. It's looking pretty good for the class of '59 Bearcat carpet here.
Right, you're right.
What are you up to these days, Dave?
I am up to not too much. I'm trying to survive prostate cancer.
Wow. When was that on?
Well, I had my prostate out in 2009, and I'm on my third oncologist, and he said basically, you're in a marathon, and the object of what you're doing is you're trying to run long enough so they find a medicine that might cure you.
Oh my Lord!
So,
hey, keep on running, my friend.
Right.
Keep on running.
so I try to run a little bit.
Good.
So I ride, I do bicycle, I do some biking, and I play racquetball, and yard work and stuff like that. Teach a Dave Ramsey class.
Yeah.
So, you know, I still enjoy teaching, and
well, you're looking pretty good for going through all that. And welcome to the new exercise regimen.
Right.
I know how it goes. I've just started mine too.
Okay, good.
They always tell you diet and exercise. Any words of wisdom for us today, Dave?
No, I don't have any words of wisdom. I will tell you, I'm on Caring Bridge. So if you want to follow my progress or lack thereof, you can sign on to Caring Bridge, and that's where I report on what I'm doing cancer-wise. So
all right.
I guess what we're doing this year is, this is our 50th wedding anniversary also.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're going to take the cruise around the Hawaiian Islands to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary.
That is wonderful. That sounds like a good trip.
Yeah, it does.
Good trip.
Okay. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay.
I'm going to switch to another one of the notable members of Class of 59, Bill Clouse. Bill, what's going on in your life today?
Oh, I retired two years ago. At 70, thought how long as I could do it. But, I took Mr. Ray's place and did the science, taught the science and math for 30 years there at Parkway, and then drove a school bus too. So I retired from the school bus this year with 50 years in, and I couldn't keep up with I had a knees operation last year, so I had to give the bus driving up too. And I farmed for 40 years, and I give that up too about 5 years ago.
Well, one of the things that you keep on noticing that happens with this crowd is we talk more and more about our medical situation. I think that's what's in store for us. You're looking pretty good. I want to ask you a question. I drove by your residence the other day, and I happened to see a big plot out there. What are you putting in your ground?
Oh, I used to have a sweet corn patch when the kids were growing up. And,
this is a big concrete patch out there.
Oh, okay. That's my wind turbine. We got a lot of wind out there, so...
More ways than one, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty windy.
I saw somewhere that Van Wert County is the wind capital of the world, or wind capital of Ohio.
Yeah,
is that about right?
I think so. They've got.
Why are you going? Are you going off the grid, or what's happening?
No, I'm not going off the grid. It should pay about half my electric bill when I get it up. But I made a mistake and bought it off of Chinese, and their quality wasn't too good. So I'm trying to find somebody right now that can hopefully get it to work when he gets it up.
Yeah, you got to watch the quality, that's for sure, particularly when you get into technology these days.
Right, yeah.
Any words of wisdom for 59, Bill?
No, I don't know. Just keep plugging along is all you can do.
Just keep on keeping on, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bill, it was a pleasure talking with you. Welcome to Bearcat Carpet.
Oh, God, no. I was trying to avoid this.
Walt, here we are talking to another prominent member of Class of 59.
Secretary of the class.
Secretary of the class. I wasn't aware of that. Are you?
Well, I was.
I didn't vote. When did we vote on that?
Long to 55 years ago.
I do remember that part, 55 years ago.
Oh, yes. It's been a long time.
This is Rosie Byer Dugan, and I'm going to ask her for her words of wisdom for the Class of 59.
Stay healthy. Stay healthy. It's very hard, I know.
That's been one of the common themes we've had going on here amongst most of we have a tendency to talk about our medical conditions,
I don't really have any. I exercise.
Our exercise regimens keeps us all going. Yeah. What's going on in your life? Grandkids?
Only three. Only three. One's 5 and the others are high school age.
They come to visit you often?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they keep you going too. Grandkids will keep you active.
Right. Do you have any?
I got 2.
Okay, that's enough.
We'll hold.
Okay.
How are you?
See you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm good. For me.
Just don't move. You're going to go on camera.
Oh, okay.
Walt, here we are again with another one of our influential instructors from the Class of 59. Miss Janet Betts was one of our music teachers and really led us down the road of enjoying and learning about music.
Thank you. Bless your heart.
Let's hold, Walt. We're on a...
He needs to have the mic.
Okay, I've got the go signal from Walt, so Janet and Fred are coming in the door. Good. Just in time for the prayer.
Is Larry not here?
Not yet.
He's coming?
I'm not sure if he's coming today or not. Okay. Walt says anytime here, we're going to have grace. So, again, Lord, we thank you for the beautiful day. We thank you for Marlene and her opening her home to us. And thank you for this gathering of class members. Thank you especially for Fred and for him doing well with his most recent problems. It seems like, Lord, that's one of the discussions you have at this age, that we all go through replacements and problems and so forth, but we thank you that we're all still here, and we thank you for the memories we have of Willshire High School and all of our teachers and the good times that we've had over the years with the class of '59. So we'd ask that you would just bless us during this whole day, give us sharp memories, keep us in the center of your will. Thank you for this food once again. Be with us as we fellowship at Marlene and Lee's house and later at the banquet tonight. And Lord, we just thank you for your goodness in our life. We thank you for the healing touch that many of us have experienced. We thank you just, for bringing us to this point of retirement and enjoying whatever measure of life that we can. And we remember those who have gone on before us, and thank you, Lord, for good memories and good times that we've had as a class. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
You look like an airplane lady.
You're very good.
There you go. Two fingers out.
Which direction am I supposed to be going? However you want to go. Well, I don't want to run into somebody. Why don't you start over here? Let me get a map. Start over.
No, go this way and then around, Marlene.
What?
Right here and then around.
This way? Okay.
Start here and go around. You're fine.
She said this way, I
Go
guess.
this way and then go right around the circle. Start here.
I never did take much. It's not fussy. It's just, it's lovely.
Yeah, because we like
So you can sit anywhere.
I had sketched it out on graph paper because I knew in my head. When our family gets together, we don't get out of this room. Yeah, hang on there. This is just great.
We have blood clots, and then we have, let's start with blood clots.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, some people don't know Vince almost died.
Oh, by the way, on the top is terrible. These are measles and those are he's happy. We drink wine. How are you doing?
Looks like a big while all these. I tried to go. And I got the number right now. Mary, and then.
Oh, I know.
landed out here because I like to garden.
Well, oh, that's oh my God. Yeah, I'm helping. You two are still running the show, right? Always did run the show.
My dad, I'm not guilty.
Everybody's going to
I've worked my way through 55 years. Yeah, that's good. That's good that you can still help me know what this is. Thank you.
Well, I grabbed two. What happened?
I just stopped here because she's probably at the garden.
Just this. You know, I don't think I got invitations. Okay. I called Marlene, she got me in. But, yeah, I know. I may have gotten it after a shower. I know it's hot there in Arizona. You said
Who's in charge of the coffee? I just get drained.
All right, tell Marlene. Marlene,
I wasn't sure how much I could drink.
make me more.
Well, my husband kept burning up. Yes. And Jenny was with
Heavy and it's
Carrie's
slow.
daughter, yeah, was living with us at the time. And.
But it's good exercise.
We're going to burn the house down. Now I'm just.
She says we were very 80 something. I will remember
Hey, you know, when you go to movies, they never look at the camera during that scene. You're supposed to ignore me.
So afraid you seem to have an adverse effect, don't you?
Well, son, that's fair. I understand.
While you were in the hospital?
I
blew all the head.
And then we
Well, they're just like everything else. Both cars have gotten far more sophisticated. Everything you've seen.
Okay. Well, we're here today with world-renowned, world-class import doctor, known to us and loved to us by Jim Cowan. Jim, welcome to Bearcat 59, Day of the Red Carpet.
Day of the Red.
This
is white,
is
Rex.
Well, it could be a little bit gray, but today we're going to call it red.
Okay.
Need to get your perspective as the import doctor. How's the class of 59 doing?
I've heard this a number of places, and it's really true. That is the best class to ever come out of that school. We started right after the war, literally, when America was, the boys were back from the war and they were starting to raise families in our little town. This class produced either 2 or 3, I forget which, PhDs, and that's out of 15 boys. And that you couldn't find that in an Ivy League school. So we had the very best education imaginable. We didn't always think so when Mr. Sipe was correcting us. I don't know if you remember the time
we all have engaged as Mr. Sipe.
He gave Les the airplane spin. I do remember that. So
I think he lifted you out of your chair a couple of times.
Once or twice. He was going to do that to somebody. I forget who it was, and the kid saw it coming and wrapped his legs around the bottom of those old chairs we had, and Clark couldn't pull them.
Yeah, and the chairs are on that rail.
They're on the rail, the old-fashioned, with the hole for your ink bottle.
Yes, yes. We inherited those.
Yeah.
Days by that.
But the schooling we got was absolutely the best.
Mm-hmm.
And then these 2 music teachers that we got, that just took everything into a higher level.
Yeah, I think the combination of growing up in a small town with the American values that we grew up with.
Yep.
Right after the war, we were pretty profitable right after the war, and we had some pretty good instructors there. Yep. We also had some good townspeople. I remember Bess and Dale Count as being one of the community leaders.
Well, I remember Pinky and Virginia. Pinky, my dad managed to get the town voted dry, and I think your dad moved the carry out across the river.
We had just as much business across the river.
You bet we did. Who was the old guy that ran that? He had a 46 Ford that he parked.
Pete Stetler.
Pete Stetler. I just love that car. It was a beauty. It turns out it was a beauty. That was a classic car. But boy, we grew up at just the right time. In that town, we had enough, not industry, but we had enough business to make it self-sustaining. We had a feed store, 2 or 3 hardwares, Ford garage, 2 or 3 groceries, everything it took to be a good, profitable farm town. And as long as that school was there, as long as we were there, it prospered. Now, our population was always around 600. And our civics teacher, that's what we called it then, Mr. Knapp said he knew the reason the population never increased was because every time a baby would be born, some man would leave town. And I didn't know until some years later that was a lot more true than I had imagined. So we had our own little Peyton place. But
we did.
Boy, what a place.
Certainly did. It was good growing up there.
It was.
It was good being the class of 59. Any words of wisdom for us, Jim?
Every day above ground is a good day. Check the obits. If your name is not in there, it's going to be a great day. So there you go.
And with that, the import doctor says
Adios.
it all. Adios. Well, there you have it, Walt. Words from the import doctor himself. Well, that's okay. I got orange juice.
That's better.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Walt, we're here today with Nila Swander on the world-famous Bearcat 59 red carpet interview section.
Oh, no.
Welcome, Nila, to our interview station.
Well, thank you. Very privileged.
You're as bad at interviewing as I am, is that right?
No, not really.
What's your take on this class of 59? What's special about us?
We are a very close-knitted class. We always have been, I think. We get together every 5 years, which some classes don't. Nope. And we always have a good time. And I think, if I remember correctly, Mr. Games said it was the most intelligent class that had graduated. Maybe that's been said before. I'm sure it has. Everybody remembers that. I don't remember anything else.
Well, Jim Cowan just reminded us that we had 3 PhDs in our class. So we did pretty well. Yeah, we did well.
I'm not in that number, though.
Me either. I was lucky to get out of school.
Yes, right. Yes.
What about some of the teachers you had? What about our 2 music teachers?
They both did very well, and actually Mrs. Vining, I think, did us when we were in elementary, which is my aunt, and didn't always know what we were doing. We had those little fluty things, whatever.
Kazoos.
Kazoos, yes.
Well, I think one of the things about it is most of us were related or knew somebody in every family in town. That was one of the special things.
You couldn't hide any secrets or anything.
Everybody knew you.
Everybody knew us.
Everybody knew you, and they knew your dad.
Yes, right. Yes.
You couldn't get away with much.
And I remember going uptown on Saturday nights, sitting on the corners and waving at the truck drivers. And they'd toot their horns, and Up at New and Swanders.
We were pretty naive in those days, weren't we?
Today, you probably better not do that.
You don't want to wave at a truck driver today. Get more than you borrowed for.
Yeah.
You remember the Wednesday night movies in front of Doc Osborne's office on that street, and the American Legion put those on?
Oh, American Legion. I remember going, but
I think maybe the Legion of Businessmen put that on. Every Wednesday night, they had those movies.
Yes.
I think it was things like that brought us together as a community, kept us together.
Yes.
We were talking about, we all grew up with the same values, good work ethics and all that. We had the same values. So
and we didn't know who had money or who didn't because we were about all the same.
All the same.
Yeah.
That's right. It worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom for us as we go into the next session of our lives?
Keep active. Keep faithful to our God and keep close to our families and take care of ourselves.
Honestly, that's the word said. It was the best word said. There you have it, Walt, from Nila's Swander. Thank you, Mila.
Thank you.
See how easy that was?
Oh, she talks and speaks all the time.
Hi, Walt. Hi, brother.
Hi, sis. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm upright.
Hey, that counts.
They don't have a choice. This is what you do.
Oh, I know. Right. So are we on? All right.
Walt, we're standing here today with our world-class class historian, as it was, and probably one of the few people who remember everything about Wilshire from the early 50s on.
That'd be my sister
That
Phyllis.
would be your sister Phyllis. Well,
and
you
Janet's
stand in.
close behind, and I ask them things because I have a terrible remembering, as my son said, and always have. But I have people that I go to. I have go-to people that keep me on track.
Well, I've known Mary all my life, and you can say the same thing. Mary, what's special about growing up in Wilshire?
You know, I have assessed that many times because I feel very blessed to have grown up in Wilshire. Now, I wasn't born there.
Yep.
I was born north of Van Wert, but I think when we were about 5 years old is when we moved to Wilshire because my dad bought the Pure Oil station, and so the Goodwin kids came to town. And it was a very unique time, first of all, in our country.
Yes.
And it was a safe time, and it was a wonderful time. And you can make fun of Donna Reed all you want to, but the 50s were the greatest time to grow up. And many of our classmates went to school together all 12 years.
Yes.
So by the time we graduated, we were like sisters and brothers. And obviously from the class reunion, you can see that's true because there's no other class that I've ever heard of in my life, not only Wilshire, but any other school. They get together every 5 years to have fun.
And we like it.
And we like it. And we like each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I know Phyllis's class of 57, the girls get together. And I think the class of 61, the girls get together. But here, we all get together.
Yeah.
And the men are not that big on relationships, but in our class, they are.
They are.
They've all stayed in touch with each other, and they all have fun together. And after 55 years, that says something.
That does. It does.
Now, in Wilshire, we all knew each other, and we all took care of each other. And there were a couple guys that were a little strange, but we knew who they were. We knew who they were.
That's right.
And it was
There were
okay.
No surprises.
No.
Everybody. Well, Nila Swander and I were talking too that we had the advantage of knowing everybody's family.
Yes.
And sometimes we were married to every family in town. Depends how big your family was. What do you think is special about the little school of Wilshire, the public school at Wilshire? What's so special about that school?
Well,
we now have a community or a fund going to raise the bell tower again.
Right.
What is it?
I think for one thing, people rarely moved away. Most people stayed there, raised their families there, and so everybody knew everybody. And there was a great pride in Wilshire.
Yes.
There was something about that town that people had pride in. We had things to say about all the different schools around us. But
Sometimes
we
not so good.
always felt we were the best there ever was. And it was just, I don't know, the teachers somehow, they were your friends. It was in the age before Sputnik went up. So after that, math and science became the gods of our country, and education became a god of our country. But when we grew up, the teachers were your friends, and we had fun.
And we learned.
School was fun.
It was. They made it fun for us.
Right. And when our class, which was also very unique scholastically, they knew that these kids were going to go on to college at a different level. The school board added classes to our grades, and I can't remember what they were, but it was like physics and beyond.
College prep.
College prep classes for our class. Because we were a unique class. We scholastically were the highest that ever went out of there.
And I look back on some of the teachers that had influence on us. Mr. Sipe sticks out particularly in my mind as having influence on it.
Well, I know some of the boys. He had a problem with the boys, but because I was a girl, I didn't have trouble with Mr. Sipe, and or Mrs. Bowen, or any of those. I guess I was naive as to what was going on, and I didn't at that level. I didn't make waves. That happened later on in the music department. But I was just talking with Jack Renner about the influence that Miss Betts, now Janet Ebert, but in my day it was Miss Betts, and he had upon me personally because of the classical music. I mean, we grew up with the WOWO, and I wasn't big into rock and roll. I know you were, but I was big in movies. But I loved classical music and semi-classical music, and they brought that into our school. And I still love it. I'm a volunteer with my local symphony orchestra, but they seem to bring influence into our small world.
I really think that's true. Those two in particular influenced my love of music. I was, as you know, always into rockabilly and so forth, but they expanded my interest in music, and it was due to their influences that today I continue my interest in music, and I have very active interest. Any words of wisdom for the class of '59 as we go into our later retirement years?
Drink lots of water. And take your supplements. Our bodies are so old they no longer produce their own.
They need a little help.
They need
help on occasion.
Yes, and walk. Be sure to walk or do some kind of exercise. But we don't want to lose any more people. But it's great to see everybody here that's here today. It's been super.
And we're mostly looking pretty good shape. We're holding together. Once again, we're still unique.
There we are. We are.
There you have it, Walt. Words from Mary Goodwin Haddad.
Phyllis says it's because we were nice people. That's why our class is so unique.
Truly, we were nice people.
We were nice people. I said, yeah, we are, and we still are.
We still are. There you have it, Walt. Thank you.
Bye, Walt.